Buenos dias, Gunnerz Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Monday morning, y'all. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Here goes another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Here goes another one. Bye-ya, bye-ya, bye-ya. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Now trip out. You see that thumbnail? Sauce, right? The knockout is real. For those of you that are on YouTube or those of you that are in the world that always tell war stories, you know the life of the party, eh? In a menudo style, in a direct fashion, you get straight to it. You're always that one homeboy that always has a good story to tell about a W, homes. But where's the story about the L? Where's the story about the KO or the knockout? Because we all tasted defeat just like victory, man. It's just the way it goes down. And if you're going to be a real one and speaking on some real stuff, then you need to spit the real. So this right here is a real story about the KO all day, yo, with the gun, right? I win some, I lose some. But this one, I lost, man. I took the elbow. I took the L7. I took the square, right? I took whatever you want to call it. Because at the end of the day, I got to keep it real. And the lifestyle that I was living, that gang-related lifestyle, man, I was going for it. I was going for it. I thought I was bad, bro. I thought I was bigger than the next man. And isn't that how we all act? You know, you think you're that one or you want to be that one. So you apply the pressure, right? You go out of your way to make it a factor and to make it a fact to disrespect people or to act some type of way. Even though I was taught respect, even though I was taught poise and I was taught class, I always had something to say. I had a big fucking mouth when it came to the point of I just couldn't let no opposition or no threat look at me some type of way. So anyways, I'm in Sandy Mush, right? And Sandy Mush is the farm of Merced. You have downtown, which are the blocks. And on the blocks, man, you have Norteños blocks, Rangers block, of course, the general population block. That's a mixture of black, Mexican, as well as white, right? And if you go down there, you're usually fighting a major case or you get kicked up out of Sandy Mush, and that's where you go. Now, Sandy Mush is more considered our farm, or it's a place if you got a year or less that you can go do your time. They also have a bubble, which is where they send the cheater who's in the weirdos, right? You guys go to the bubble, yellow suits, you know what that is, right? So anyways, I ain't never been to the bubble. Spence, I know a lot of you might want to think that, but that's not where I went, right? I was usually on the block or 600 or 500 or 400, which at the time, you know, was Norteños. Now, back in my days in 97, you know, when I was going to Sandy Mush, it was a little bit more wide open. You know, it was more ran like a prison rather than a county jail. You know, they used to release all these different buildings and everybody would hit this yard and walk around this track. And it wasn't like Makina was being busted down. There was no weight piles or nothing. It was just pretty much walk around. You could go in and out of other dorms. Now, it's changed quite extensively. And it changed many of the times that I went there. There was always differences happening. But in 1997, we were unstructured Norteños, meaning we weren't really functioning like that. We were homeboys. We all stuck together. We knew what time it was. If an opposition came in or if something arose, we'd get off where we were mad at. But there was no structure, meaning we didn't have to work out. We didn't have to do certain things, roll mattresses up, things of that nature. It wasn't as political as it might be now. I haven't been there in a minute, so my name is Bennett. I haven't been in it. But one thing I can tell you for sure is I definitely don't want to go back. But if I got to, then I will. You know, and that's just how it is. So anyways, back in my days, it was more of a more prison style. Everybody walking in and out of each other's dorms. So there was a lot more going on. There was a lot more drogas being brought in. There was a lot more things I guess you can participate in and you could do. And I remember they usually kept a limited amount of Norteños to each building or to each dorm. There was, I think it was 23, 26 man dorms. And it was usually about half at capacity filled with Norteños. So at this time, there was about 7 or 8 of us that were in my particular dorm. We were on the 500 side. Later on, it switched up to a 500 was people doing their time. 600 was the working side. 400 was, I don't know, because I've never been there, right? But trip out. So I'm on the 500 side. I'm in the last dorm in the corner. And I'm kicking it, right? And that, hey, I ain't gonna lie. This dorm had it going on, man. We had a little bit of everything. We had some real righteous individuals. Now, we had black, white, and of course, brown. We didn't have Southsiders back then. Every once in a while, Valta would wiggle in and the stabilization was real. Valtas would jump on his head, or he'd get off. But that was very, very rare, man. They usually went to one block in Merced, so they never slid through, right? But everybody was always, their antennas were on alert. Guard! We stood on alert because if a Valta came in there, we were going to get off. period. It's just the way gangbanging was back in the 90s. Now, this is the late 90s, so I had already been through the Y situation, so I already had a chip on my shoulder, and I already understood what time it was. And believe me, if anybody slid through, I was going to be the first one on frontline status to get off, not because I was placed there, but because I wanted to go that route. It's dumb, I know, but that's how I felt at that time. Anyways, so I remember very distinctly, man, because I got knocked out. It was 1997. Right now I'm posted up like a thumbtack in the dorm. And one of the gavas, man, one of the white guys, the Woods, brother, had brought in a tattoo machine. I don't know how he got it, where he got it, and how it brought in. It smelled funny, so I should have questioned it. But anyways, he brought in a tattoo machine and a little bit of tinta, right? So I felt that if for no other reason, I'm going to go ahead and get a tattoo on my body, right? See, this was way before, you know, we were tripping like, hey, we couldn't eat after the whites, or they couldn't do this, or we couldn't do that. A lot of these guys being from our hometown, we knew them. We grew up amongst them. You know, and I know a lot of the Woods, they get locked up, but hey, I'm here to tell you first and foremost, a lot of those vatos are not racist. They don't fall into that category, that skinhead category. A lot of them are cool. They function with Norteños or Southsiders or blacks, man. But of course, they get caught up and they get locked up behind them walls in the penitentiary, and you know, and that's just what it is. You have to rock with your own people. You know, whether you like it or not. You could be bumping Mac Dre one day and Conway Twitty the next. You could be bumping Spice One on the Dailyo, and by Monday, you're fucking bumping Travis Tritt. It's just how it would be, right? And a lot of them didn't like it, but they had to adapt to the fact that that's what it was, or they get moved on or removed. So anyways, back in 97, it was unstructured. Like I said, we weren't tripping. Nobody else was tripping. There was a couple of cool white boys. Well, there was a younger white boy. I say younger. He was about a year or two younger than me. At this time, I'm like 19, so he had to be 18, right? And this vato is in there, and he's tatting everyone down. He's got good work. I mean, sometimes you just come across those people that just got great, immaculate work, and you got to get in. You know, you got to get in. And of course, he was charging $20 worth of canteen, and it hooked you up, whatever you wanted, man. As long as it wasn't nothing crazy like a name across your stomach or your fucking whole back done or a full sleeve, that ran you $150, right? He was definitely going to hook you up for a little $20 and make him holla, a little bag of little bolsita. You know, one thing I learned, and this taught me a lesson, business is business, man. Never try to get over on the next man. You know, especially when you're incarcerated, man. You try to play someone out of a toothpick, they're going to break your shit. You try to play someone out of a sopa, homes, they're going to make sure they take your whole caja. You know, don't disrespect the man. Have respect. Treat others like you want to be treated. Because this is a perfect example and a lesson that I learned, and that I'm giving you the knowledge you can't get in college of what happened to me because I thought I was big and bad, bro. See, I learned a long time ago, I ain't bigger and badder than the next man. There's always going to be a worse shark in that sea. Sasuke, I'm a great white. He's a megalodon. Bam. You already know who's losing that one. So this is just the way it was. Anyways, he was there and he was tatting everyone down. I remember my homeboy Moses from Sanho. He was getting all blasted, man. Hey, and he was having good work. And I was like, damn, bro, that white was doing it like that. He was like, man, that vato gets down. Freehand right off the head. He don't even need patterns. I said, I'm going to go ahead and need me some of that. Well, at this particular time, my canteen money was funny. My baby mama was out there sleeping with Tyrone, right? So I had nothing fucking coming, right? She came to visit me going, bitchy hickeys all over her neck. I remember thinking that, oh, I got a disease. It's because I don't know, right? Nah, it's not a disease, bitch. It's called lips, right? What you had was lips all up on you. But that was cool, you know? That was understandable. If Vato gets incarcerated, most hood rats are going to just be hood. You know, she wasn't for me. She was for the streets. And believe me, the streets don't throw them back. When they catch a carp, a mudsucker, they let it suck. So that's just what that was, right? So I was already aware that she was out there wiggling, and that was the situation. But as long as she kept putting money on my books, how can I complain? That's it. A little sopa and a honey bun is going to make my day go by nice and easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. So anyways, I remember getting at her on the phone because we had phones in these dorms. And I was like, hey, I need a little cantina. I need you to throw a little nifty 50 on 55th Street, right? I need you to throw that on Power, throw me 50 on there, right? Because I need to get tattoos. And she was like, you're going to use my money, my welfare check for tattoo? I said, listen, girl, to what degree of welfare check are we talking here? You know what I mean? Because if it's that rough, I could bounce. Really, I couldn't go nowhere. She could bounce, but I was using reverse psychology. That's how you do it when you're locked there. You motherfuckers know what it is, man. You be popping at them chicks, giving them the world. Sasuke, hey, having them rub themselves and all kinds of shit from the phone. Kiss me through the phone. Because we're doing it smooth, right? Smooth operators like Sade. So anyways, I'm twisting her mentality up, right? And I'm over there like, oh, so you don't love me no more? You know what I mean? Meanwhile, she just ate a whole mouthful of chorra. But she's like, no, I still love you. Breath smelling like straight nuts, right? And I'm like, listen, all I need is 50, a little nifty, right? Can I get that? She was like, okay, well, I have to borrow it from my sister. And I don't know what I'm going to tell her. But you could tell her the earth is on fire. We don't give a shit. Let that motherfucker burn. I don't care what you tell her. You know what I mean? Tell her whatever you got to tell her. You got your tooth caught on a honeycomb and it ripped out, and now you need to go to the dentist. Is going to take this. Do whatever you do and say whatever you got to say. I just need 50. Can I get mine? Separate mine from yours. So she's like, okay, I'll send it today. Of course, she ran game just like I was running game, right? And this is just real. If you're watching this, mija, I'm sorry. I ran a lot of game, right? So anyways, she's like, I got you. So, of course, I went up to the white guy, and he was tatting everyone down. I said, hey, what's up, bro? I'm trying to get a little piece right here and this, and that. And he was like, well, what do you want? I said, I don't know, just go crazy. You know what I mean? As long as there's no swastikas and shit, do your thing. And he said, no, I got you, bro. He said, but there's a line. You're about 4 or 5 people away, but I got you, man. So which was cool about this dorm was there was no placas in the dorm. They used to walk and do count time. I think that's still how it is. I can't call it like an alcoholic. But back then, they would walk in. We'd all stand by our bunks. They'd do the quick cuenta, and then they'd leave. It was cool. So pretty much we were in there. There was no cameras. If fights went down, you were on your own, son, right? It was a bad place to be if you weren't righteous. But anyways, so it was like, okay, bam. He was like, you're about 4 or 5 people in the mix. I was like, cool. I'm going to kick back. So I remember kick back, eating with the homeboys, laughing, relaxing. He calls me. He's like, hey, brother, I'm ready, Wood. I said, well, first of all, I ain't no Wood, brother. But I know I'm light-skinned, but don't let the light skin fool you because I'll fuck you up. Bad words to be saying to this guy who had major Mike Tyson hands. I didn't know it. This was like fucking Tommy the Machine Gun. This was like the Gypsy King over here. But I thought he was just a skinny little youngster tattoo artist that couldn't fight a fucking himself out of a wet paper bag. So he's like, hey, you got $20 worth of store. And I said, no, look, see the way my store game works, right? Is right now I'm working with half a piece of Irish Spring and about that much deodorant. But at the same time, my baby mama gonna take care of me, man. She's gonna run it in. Don't trip, you know how it is, bro. Credit, that's it. You know what I mean? Hey, you got the Visa card, and I got you. Orale, you owe me one, Hodges. So he's like, all right, I got you, bro. Don't trip. He's like, so about next week, canteen? I said, yeah. So about to get to tattooing. This is what he tats right here. See this? This is him. Palabra. That was him, right? You know, the little Olmec thing with the smoke blowing out of the nose. No disrespect, but that's just what I wanted, right? So he's getting down. He's doing his thing. And he's all right. He's not the best. Look, you know what I mean? He did the Olmec right here. You see it? Bam, that's all him, right? So he's getting down, doing his thing, and I'm liking it. But at the same time, you know, I had been calling my baby's mom for the previous day, and the bitch didn't answer, right? So that can only lead me to one thing. She either had nuts all up on her chinolio, right? Or she just wasn't messing with your boy anymore, right? So now I'm stressing like a Smith & Wesson because my word is my bond. You only have your word while you're incarcerated, man. You have to be real to yourself and true to yourself, you know? So what happens if you can't pay? Well, here's a big question. If you can't pay while you're incarcerated, then you must fight. You know, it's up to you to get old boy off the yard because you owe him a little something, you know, and you can't pay him, but you can't go out like a sucker, man. So I was caught in the catch-22. So anyways, he gets down. He's like, all right. And he's like, hey, we'll do a little bit more, which is why this is not done. We'll do a little bit more, bro, when you got my bread, like Jesus said, right? I said, no, that's cool. So he gets to doing his thing. And he was a cool dude. This is why I was so messed up, you know what I mean, that I had to chin check him because he was cool. But I got knocked out. You know, here's the moral of the story. So trip out on this. So I remember calling. She's not answering. Finally, she answers. I'm like, hey, where's the money order? Because they could go right down to the county, put the money on, boop, 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 boop. You get a little paper, it's on, right? I said, hey, you don't understand. I owe some of that money. Like, I need money. Plus, girl, I'm starving like Marvin. The homeboys already looking at me because they have to put an extra soap on for me. Hey, it might be all for one, but it ain't one for all. I say, right? And vatos are tripping. I'm like, hey, come on, I ain't used to doing this shit. I'm used to gold, diamonds, and things of that nature. I said, you got me fucked up. She was like, no, you don't understand. I had to go down to the welfare department. My check didn't come. And the way my check game works and my social worker game works, he's a black guy. Tried to talk to him before. He doesn't like me because I said, what? Skip all that. Strike that. Reverse it. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Can you put some money on my tips and reverse it, right? What's up? And she was like, look, I'm going to go try to borrow from my sister. I said, I thought that's what you were going to do in the beginning. She was like, I know, but I was thinking that I could get it myself because I already owe her like $1,000. I was like, oh, man, this chick is just too much. She was like, I'll call you back. Bitch, how you going to call me back? I'm on the payphone here in prison or in county. Ain't no calling me back. Oh, she's running wheat game, right? A couple more days passes. I ain't got boy's bread, right? Monday's coming. It's already like Friday, Saturday, man. I'm already thinking he's already looking at the clock. I'm looking at the clock. He's looking at the clock. We're looking at the clock. We're together like this, looking at the clock. The clock is ticking. The homeboys are like, hey, bro, what's up with that white? Are you going to pay him? And I said, probably not, bro. My baby mama's tripping. And one of the homeboys is like, hey, I got you, bro. Don't trip. He was fat. He had hella canteen. His mama looked out for him, right? He's like, I got you, brother. And I was like, nah, bro, I can't take from the tienda. I can't take from the homeboy, you know, from the kitty. You know, so I was like, how we're going to eat? I'm handle my business, right? So they're like, hey, I heard the little white dude got squabbles. I said, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing but tattooing and eating cookies, bro. I'm going to handle my business. They're like, all right, do what you do, bro. But, you know, make sure that you get Ghost with him. Make sure that he goes, because if he stays, bro, then we're going to have to worry about retaliation with these other white dudes. And I remember there was this big old fat white dude called himself Blaze, right? Vato thought he was Bam Bam Bigelow from the WWF. All he used to do is sit on his bunk and look ugly, right? He looked like a Jabberwocky. Excuse me. So anyways, wasn't really tripping off this dude, right? And it was what it was. So anyways, there's Jabba the fucking Hutt sitting right there on his bed, not about to do nothing. So there really wasn't a threat to the homeboys, but at the same time, I understood what they were talking about. You know, we didn't burn people. We didn't disrespect people. And I wasn't intending to do this, but I wasn't a rock in a fucking hard place. Pensa, you know, guard. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. And I definitely was going to put the wood in the wood pile and burn it, right? So I wasn't playing. I had no coffee, brother, for this guy. So Monday rolls around, right? And I'm kicking back and people are going to the store, right? What you do is you fill out as a slip, drop it over there. They bring your little bolsita, and everybody, it's party time. It's in the LBC, right? Everybody was happy. And I didn't go get no bag, right? Wasn't no bag. I'm calling my bitch like I'm mother. Hey, man, you don't understand the way the bag game works. She was like, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm just waking up. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What do you mean you're just waking up? Canteen is almost over, right? She was like, there's nothing I could do. And my sister wouldn't let me borrow it. She was like, I tried to call you. Man, you didn't try to do none of that, right? And you can't do that. No, you understand? I called there and see if they can give you a message. Nah, girl, stop putting me on Front Street, right? Anyways, now I know I got to do what I got to do. And I hate to do this, right? So the white guy's right there. I'm like, I'm not going to give him a chance to press up on me. I'm going to press up on him. So I walk up. I say, hey, trip out, bro. Let me get at you. And he's already looking like, oh, man, I'm going to beat this guy up. I'm like, hey, bro. See, the way my old lady works, bro, she's good at this, the double twist, but she ain't good at this, huh? Signing over fucking money. So you're going to have to wait another week, eh? That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? This is Norte, homie. You know what I mean? Started gangbanging on them. Real talk, man. We used to press up on fools like Norte, right? Didn't even involve us, just at the gas station. Hey, put 10 on pump 9. Norte, right? They'd be like, oh, shit, okay, shit. I mean, sir, all you had to do was give me the 20. In fact, can I keep the check? It was all bad, right? So I tell him, this Norte, what's up, bro? And he was like, hey, look, bro. That's cool. I'll give you a few more days. 2-3 days. Is that cool? I said, oh, man, I appreciate you, man. I said, I appreciate you, man. You fucked up, man. Right, so bam. Anyways, I get back to the phone. The homeboys, I said, I dealt with it. I'm trying to act all tough. I dealt with it. That fool, no, they don't want none, right? Fronting and faking. Faking in front, right? So I get back to the phone, and she's like, look, I'm going to be real with you. I've been thinking about getting some distance with you. I'm locked up. There's already distance. You don't understand. Anytime you call me, it's only about money. You don't even call me and tell me you love me. I don't love you, right? And it is only about money. I'm locked up. Because doing time, it's all about support. You know, it's straight up. I'm on my X-rated shit. I'm about to turn bacon in and go the sizzling route, right? Only I didn't have a fat white girl waiting on the side. I wish I did at that point, right? Because she would have paid like she weighed. Tortas always deliver. So I'm like, damn, bro, this is what you get when you get a big old bubble butt girl with big old teta. So that's good. They might perform in the bed, but outside of the bed, caca, right? They ain't worth shit. You know what I mean? They're saving up for a BBL. It's, you know how it is. Anyway, so trip out. I'm like, all right, bam. I just got to deal with it. 3 days passes and I was at it again, right? But this time, I'm playing spades with the homeboy. I got 7 books. What's up, right? Shit, I could count 7 right here. And the white come, hey, can I get at you? The white boy does, right? And I said, hey, bro, you see I'm playing cards? And he was like, yeah, bro, but like you owe me some money, right? And I jumped up. I said, what? You're going to disrespect me? I felt like I was Joe Pesci in the movie Goodfellas, right? You're going to disrespect me in front of all my people right here? Dance, motherfucker, dance, spider, right? And I swung and clipped his little chin, right? And I'm trying to punk him. Now I'm like, you ain't getting shit, bro. Fuck up off me, bro. Right? He said, I ain't getting what? I said, you heard me, bro. You ain't getting boop, 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 boop. To this day, okay, I've been hurt, been beat with bats, been shot in the back of the head, been stabbed a few different times, right? Been hit with bats, about to swing a machete at me, almost clipped my whiskers off, right? I've been done bad things, right? I've been in war, guerra. A lot of shit has happened in my lifetime. Boy, this white boy did the kung fu. Everybody was kung fu fighting except for me. What? This fool fucking knocked my block backwards. By the time I came to and got back to the spade table, I swear to God, I counted 3 books, right? It was different. This vato rocked me, right? He's like, hey, and then this is the cool part. The homeboys didn't jump in, didn't back my play. It was more so, hey, bro, that's on you, bro. You know what I mean? Because they didn't want to get involved, and I was looking around like, I'm fucking ain't no thing. You was right. I was mad. Right? I remember, man, this fool gave me 2 black eyes. My nose was over that way, right? True life stories. Getting knocked out behind some bullshit. But the bullshit was real and it was on me, man. I thought I was going to play the wood and the wood wasn't getting played, right? So look, of course, he catches me. Boom, boom. I'm not expecting it. This fool hits hard, too. So I was getting fucking hard, eh? Guard! Get this motherfucker, right? Boom, 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 boom. He's giving me the business. Every hit was connecting. I was slipping and sliding and falling and yelling and pushing and cussing. I stepped back. But he kept bussing. And then I decided it's time for me to go, right? So I jumped up and I'm like, hey, stop. I can get your money, man. But I don't know how to do it. I got you, right? That was just a ploy, right? I needed time to get my equilibrium back because they done knocked my fucking vertebrae all the way down to my L7. It was bad, right? I was walking like that. I'm just doing the federal convulsion like I was Humpty Hump. You know what I mean? I thought I was Digital Underground. I thought they were about to smash my head through the underground. It was bad, right? But there was no way I could let that stand as a Norteño. You know what I mean? I had to plot and plan. So, of course, he's laughing. The big white dude goes, ho, ho, ho. Like he's still fucking fat ass, didn't even get off the bed, right? I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no fun that the homie can't have none. So I'm going to stab this guy, right? He beat me up, right? I'm over there leaking in the bathroom. The homeboys are like, damn, bro, that white guy got you. Where were your antennas? We've been on Sasuke. Hey, bro, you know what I mean? You should have paid him. I'm like, oh, bro. He's the homeboys like, I told you, bro, we'd have paid him. I said, nah, we don't go out like that, bro. He said, no, see, because the way you're going out is going. You know, I said, all right, look, I'm going to go out there and handle it, right? So I remember they brought chow, and I commenced to walking up to him. He was like, what's up, bro? Is it good? Now he's thinking he's punking me. I'm looking around like, oh, hell no, this ain't never happened in my whole damn lifetime, right? He's like, is it good? It isn't. They gave us big brown trays. Hung, and all that good shit. You know what I mean? I chased that vato from the fucking front bunks all the way to the latrine area and got you stomping his head in the urinal. I broke him off real bad, real bad. Facts. There was a homeboy there. He could tell you. This vato ran. There's a button. He ran to the button. He was pressing the button, screaming, help! The Norteños are beating me up. Now all the homeboys, he's snitching. The big fat white guy just sat there. He didn't want to get involved. Like I said, Jabba the Hutt shit, right? And it was all good, man. But the moral to the story is, and the knowledge you can't get in college is never burn anyone. Never disrespect anyone. Never think, man, that you're just going to punk someone because the person that you think you're going to do that to, you don't know what they got in the store for you. I got knocked the hell out, man. I remember, bro, when he knocked me out. You know, what can I say? When he hit me the first time, I was like asleep. And then I woke up like, oh no, hell no, right? Hell no, we won't go. And he was like, we're not gonna take it. No. And I heard the fat guy go, we're not gonna take it. And then boom, white guys was on us. Man, we lost to the woods that day. That's facts. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the story. It's all facts. No fucking added preservatives. It's real, right? With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, man, don't disrespect anyone or play anyone, and definitely don't burn anyone because you will get knocked the fuck out. Facts, you know? You think you're that one, huh? Everybody thinks they're that one until it comes time to be that one. Everybody thinks they're a gangster until you got to get into some gangster shit. Everybody thinks they're a fighter until they get knocked out until they get sucked in their mouth, like Tyson said. It just is what it is. If you like this, please hit the like and the subscribe with a thumbs up. There's a notification bell. If you press all, you'll get alerted of all the great content and the brand new content coming. I'm bringing bangers all week long, double ups, all kinds of things. If you don't like me, you can put the thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I don't give a shit if you don't like me. I'm not here for you to like me. I'm here for you to rock with me and support me, and I'm here to support you and rock with you. You don't have to like someone, but you got to recognize the real and respect it. This is the gun, gente. Bang, bang.